viewers. This is Heather Moore from Queen Bee Stitchery. I'm just welcoming you back. I know it's been a while since I recorded a video. I had some life stuff come up and sickness and stuff like that, and so I wanted to wait until I could fully be there for you. So let's get started. I've had 2 new starts since last time. The first one is the Harriet Hay sampler from Mill on the Floss Samplers, and this is part of a birthday sal with Carrie from tigerlilybdaysal. I will put hashtags below, and then also a picture of what it's supposed to look like. So let me get my whiteboard here. So this was a complete new start, and so that's what I got done. I got part of the grass and the woman. I still need to do the man. The pattern calls for white for skin, and it is really hard to see. So I think I'm going to add like a skin tone type color to my flosses to use to get that more obvious. So I've never done a sampler before, and so I'm kind of excited about this. Carrie is so outgoing and exciting, and so it's really motivating. And these are my flosses. I did my own color conversion. I wanted to make it brighter than what's on the called for colors. So, okay. And then my next start, I know I said my goal wasn't having any new starts this year, but I really needed a St. Patrick's Day decoration. I was short one with my tier tray stuff, and so I decided to start one. This is a free pattern from Silver Creek Samplers on their website. I will put a picture up so you guys can see what it's supposed to look like. It's called Lucky You. It's got a sheep on it, which you'll see in the picture. And then I did my own color conversion again, just with what I had on hand. So these are some Victorian Motto flosses, Weeks Dye Works, some Classic Color Works, and some Color and Cotton, just all from my stash. I was really hoping to get it done before St. Patrick's Day, but I don't think that's going to happen because I have to work. But it was going to be a pro. And then my WIPS that I worked on since last time are I Stay at Home by Madame Chantilly, and oh, it's right here. And so last time I just had this one leaf done, and so now I've done the rest of the leaves, part of the couch, and the back of the hedgehog. I like hedgehogs. It's not as much as bees, but I like hedgehogs. I think they're cute. So definitely got some progress done on that. And that is stitched on Zweigart, oh my gosh, Zweigart, there we go. A 32 count raw white petite point. And that is 2/2. The Harriet Hay is on Zweigart 36 count Silver Moon, and the Lucky You is just a scrap piece of 38 count Country Vintage Mocha by Zweigart. All right, so my other WIP that I worked on, if you remember, is the Quaker Halloween Quaker from Susan Aki It's a free one off of the Orofil website. I will have a completed picture up here in the corner. Last time all I had was this one bat, so I've actually gotten quite a lot done. And it will go just past this orange part right here. And so it's not that big. That is being stitched on 28 count Zweigart, just plain white, that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I did my own color conversion, mostly because I wanted to use what I had on hand. And these are all DMCs. So excited to get that one done. I want to make sure I have plenty of time to get it fully finished before Halloween. So those are my WIPs that I worked on. I did get some finishes though, since last time. The first one is, let's use this board since it's smaller, is the Stars and Stripes. I did change some colors. So I changed the white to more of a creamy for the stars, and then I changed out the blue so it was darker, and I kept the red as the call forward. These were all classic Colorworks flosses, and this is a pattern that was included as a small pattern in one of the tier tray tidbits from Stitching with the Housewives. I will put the actual pattern below. And then this is 32 count petite point white gray, and I just switched out those colors. So and that was 2/2. This is going to turn into a pillow before the 4th of July. And then another one that I got done was this Happy Easter. This was a free pattern from Cherry Hill Stitchery. I got it off of Fat Quarter Shop's free patterns, but I also believe it's on her website. I switched out the call for colors to what I had on hands. The thing that I really like, and I'll have to get shorter, is this is Rainbow Gallery Fuzzy Stuff, this yellow of the chick. So it's a little bit more 3D, and it kind of, that can't see it, but more fluffy, like a chick should be. So this is also on 32 count petite point white gray from Zweigart, and it was stitched 2/2. I am going to finish this as a pillow, like one of those long log ones, and I already got fabrics and stuff picked out. And then my final finish was this, I was so close last time, if you remember. It's the summer seasonal celebration from Country Cottage Needleworks. I think all I had to finish was like the beehive, the bees, some ants down here, and maybe the bunting line. So that's all finished, and I already know how I'm going to finish it. I've got, I got from Hobby Lobby, in their like kitchen type section, they have a lot of like dough bowls and paddle cutting boards and stuff like that. And I found a paddle cutting board that fits this size perfectly, and I will use magnets so I can switch out the seasons when I get them all done. And this was stitched on 28 count sea glass Lugana from Color and Cotton, and it was 2/2. So I have 3 finishes. I'm super excited about that. And you won't believe this, but I did a ton of FFOing this past weekend. Like, look at this stack. So some of these I previously stitched. I just hadn't gotten around to FFOing them. I have a lot from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. When I first started back into stitching, I they were my favorite company, and so I did a lot with a lot of their patterns. So this first one is called Hello Spring, and I made it into a cube. Super easy. You don't even have to use any glue except for if you want to put anything up here. So I found like a periwinkle fabric at Hobby Lobby that matched this periwinkle. I did this one first of all the seasons because of the bees, of course. So I did my own bow with this pink dot ribbon. These are some paper flowers, also from Hobby Lobby. And then there's this little bee button that's the only thing I used glue on, because there's bees in this pattern. Excuse me. So that one is all done, and it's spring, so I'm going to put this out next week when I switch out my St. Patrick's Day decor. So that one. This is probably my favorite finish. I just love it. So this is called Chicken Love. It's a free pattern from Stitching with the Housewives. It's on Priscilla Bain's blog, and I believe you can also get it on the Fat Quarter shop. And I finished it on this little mini tobacco basket. I got that at Hobby Lobby. It is in the spring shop section. I did my own bow. These colors, the teal and the red, match my decor in my kitchen. And so I have this hanging right next to the back door, which is the door you go out to take care of our chickens. So anyway, I just love it. It just hangs. It's just so cute. Alrighty. So these two pieces I previously finished stitching. I just hadn't made them fully finished. So this first one, there goes my bow. Okay, so this first one is WitchBetter by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I did change the wording. I think it originally said WitchBetter, give me candy or something like that. I changed it because I felt, and I knew this is what they did on purpose, but I felt like the WitchBetter phrase was too close to a bad word that I don't let my children say. And so the teenagers, I knew they would figure it out. So I changed this to Trick or Treat, Smell My Feet. And I just recharted that. I don't want to know what it was stitched on because it was so long ago. I finished this in 2019. But this is one of their seasonal sayings. They have a whole bunch. And I have quite a few of their patterns. And some of them are finished. They just need to be fully finished. This is the board that I'm going to mount them on. This, as you can tell, has magnets. And so this bow is a gingham bow that I added this purple spider to from a Halloween pick that I had in my decor. So, and then the next one actually goes on this board too. This one that I also finished. So this one is called Liberty Lights. It's also one of the seasonal sayings from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And I make my own bows. I'm still learning. They're not quite as neat as I would like, but I'm getting there. Then the matting boards, and then a star button that I got at Hobby Lobby. I get a lot from Hobby Lobby. It is only 8 minutes away from me versus Michael's and Joann's. That's 25 minutes away from me. So if I can find it at Hobby Lobby, I will get it there first. All right, and then my final finish is also Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This one's big. This is called Autumn Harvest Festival. I kind of got the idea for finishing this with the twine from Nicole, from her YouTube, her Flosstubes, Nicole Spore. I really liked her idea of the twine at the bottom. I think she also did it at the top with a button with a mini pattern stitched from whatever, I can't remember what she had used, but down here I have a little acorn button that I got at Hobby. That one might have been from Joann's. And then up here I have, where's it at? Two fall leaves, which also came in the same button pack. There's, you can see right here, there's some leaves and some acorns. So I thought it went really well. This ribbon is from Hobby Lobby though, and so are the backing fabrics. This is also on with magnets because there's 4 in this set, 1 for each season. I've started the summer one and it's in my to-do pile, and so I really like this. It's on this is, I bought this so long ago. It's a window shutter piece from either Hobby Lobby or Walmart in their craft section, but I bought it years ago, so I don't remember for sure. Oh, it's on the back. It is a wood shutter, and I believe it's not a Hobby Lobby tag, so it must have been from Walmart. So anyway, those are my fully finished objects. I do have 3 more over there that are stacked with the fabrics from previous finishes to fully finish also. So I will get those done before the next video I do. Sorry, let me just get this stuff arranged. All right, so I thought that I would add a new little segment to my videos called, if you remembered my last video, the WIP parade, I only went through my WIPs that I had touched last year. I actually have another fabric bin full of ones that I have not touched in at least a year, usually longer. And so I thought I'd show you some of those, one each video. This is my oldest WIP. Let me see when I started this. I don't know. I don't have it in my little cross stitch journal. This is also a frosted pumpkin stitchery pattern. This is called Once Upon a Time. This was the first thing I stitched when I got back into cross stitch. And as you can tell, I've gotten down to, these were months, I changed the names. I am going to restart this. I hate working on this pattern, this stitch now. This fabric, I got it at Michael's. It's so thin and I hate it. And then I switched out the DMC, I think it's Light Effects, the gold and silver floss, and it is terrible to work with. I hate it. And so I am not motivated to work on this at all. And so I'm going to restart it on a very nice piece of linen with Krennic, but not in the border. I'm going to go back to the original border. I originally started this as a sampler for my daughter when she was a baby. She's 10 now. And these colors are no longer used in her room as decorations because now she's a tomboy. And so I want to restart it in more general colors, not to match a room, to go in that on the wall of my library that I'm dreaming that someday I'll have. Since these are all these are fairy tale stories. And so I've got it already kitted up and ready to go. And I will start it when I have some time. So this is my oldest WIP that I am going to restart. I have a child coming down the stairs, trying to be quiet. And then that is all my cross stitching. I've had several flare-ups with my RAs since my last video, which is part of the life issues that I had, and so I haven't stitched as much as I wanted to. Things are doing better now, so I've got it. But if you remember in my last video, I talked about I had some quilts that were at my quilter, my long arm quilter, that I wanted to show you, but I haven't gotten them back yet. So, well, I have them back. So I've got quite a big pile of them. So I'm going to stand up and go back for this. These are all the backs you can see. I love using florals for my backings. None of these have the binding on yet. I am going to do these ones, the binding, instead of hand binding them, doing this sewing machine method. I'm a little nervous about it, which is why I haven't put binding on it yet. So if you have a great tutorial or know of a great tutorial, I would love for you to comment below and let me know, because I am a little anxious about it. So anyway, this is little snippets from Bonnie and Camille. It's an older fabric line. It was made from a layer cake, simple, just half square triangles on it, and I love it. It was so easy to put together. I will stitch tops, sewing machine stitch tops all day long. It is my favorite thing to do, but I hate quilting it, so that's why I pay someone to do it. And then the binding for that is this red gingham. These thingies are amazing. These are binding holders from Riley Blake. I got one in my sew sampler from the Fat Quarter Shop, and I love it. I went and got another one, 2 more that I could use. The directions just said to wrap 1, but I wrapped 2 because there's no reason why I can't go both directions. So anyway, this quilt binding is this one, and I just need to put it on. So let's, sorry, I don't want to throw them in the floor because we have dogs. This one is a baby quilt for one of my nieces. This also hasn't been bound yet. This is Little Red for by Tasha Noel for Riley Blake. This is a very old fabric line. I made my daughter a quilt for Christmas several years ago out of this fabric when we were decorating her room in Little Red Riding Hood. And I had a layer cake left over from all the fabric I bought for that. And so I use it to make this baby quilt, and the binding will be this red striping. The binding and the back are not part of the fabric line. I did not have enough yardage for that because I used it on my daughter's quilt. I got both these from Joann's, and I looked into buying some more, but it is like super hard to find, out of print, rare, and it costs quite a lot of money. And this is going to a baby. So, no, she doesn't care if the line matches. It's still quality fabric. So anyway, that's the binding for that one. And this one is, I saw this as a kit made by the quilt, like one of my local quilt stores. It was a kit using a panel. This is Cooper by Bella Boulevard for Riley Blake. If you remember, I told you at the last video that we have 4 dogs. So when I saw this, I just loved it. And I thought it would be a cute blanket for when you're cuddling with the dogs. And so it was since it was a panel and a pre-cut kit, it was super fast to pull together. This green stripe will be the binding. It's part of the fabric line. And one of the things I love to do with my binding is, if you can see this red fabric right here, I like to add a strip of that in my binding that I can put around the corner. It kind of like contrasting, kind of like help make it pop. So I love that. I need to get that one done. The backing on this is so cute. This talks about all these little words, and it is quilted with bones. So my long arm quilter had that pattern available for her machine, and she's just the best. Usually I just have her tell her, like, just pick what goes well with the pattern, but that one I did say, if you cut a dog bone, that would be amazing. So, and then my last one I got back, this one is humongous. I'm gonna have to back all the way up to the shelf, but it is Vintage Picnic by Bonnie and Camille. And I believe this pattern, the middle one was a Jolly Roll Jam pattern from Fat Quarter Shop, a free pattern. And then I added the borders and the corner blocks because I had leftover fabric. This was a jelly rolls. I think it was 2 jelly rolls. Anyway, it is humongous. I have never made a quilt this big except for twin quilts for my children. So I think you guys saw it. So, and then the binding for this one will be this fabric from the line, the gingham fabric, and this will be the little pop of color in the binding. It's a little cherry print. And so that is my last quilt. Let me fold it up. I don't want it to get dog hair on it. I swept the floor before I did this video, but if you have dogs, especially a husky, no matter how often you sweep, there is always hair. So, I think that is it. This one's a lot shorter because it's not a whip parade. And if you remember, I said that I'm going to do a mom joke with every video because it annoys my children. And so my joke for today is, what do you call 2 monkeys who share an Amazon Prime account? Primates. Oh, well, thank you for, I think my child was responding to that in the other room. But thanks for joining me, and I will see you in about a month. My break is over for school April 10th. So I will try to record a video before the 10th to kind of one last hurrah before I don't get to stitch as much as I have been. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.